Now let me introduce the wonderful person who's brought us together, Bronwyn White, who is the founder and CEO of New Young Travel Consulting. An experienced and travel tourism professional, Bronwyn began her career at Qantas Reservations and has worked across multiple sales and marketing disciplines in both small and large companies and destinations. She discovered travel research during her time in the Qantas Market Research Department and hasn't stopped researching travellers since. More recently, she's the founder of New Young Travel and Consulting, a specialist agency dedicated to marketing travel to baby boomers, the most cashed up, time-rich travellers of our lifetime. Let's welcome Bronwyn to the stage, and I hope you have a splendid day.
Well, welcome everybody. Woohoo! Here we are. First get together since February, March or whatever. I can't even remember the last event I was at. It might have been a Women in Tourism Christmas function. Might have been an umbrella function. I don't know if they... I think it was the Tourism Australia function in South Australia when COVID had just hit us. So I think a few of us were there, and it was all very new. We're all new to hand sanitizer and social distancing, and I don't think we were very good at it, but we are really good at it now. So thank you, everybody, for coming along. Now, here we are. Oh, here we are. Now, I don't know if Lee Sorensen is here yet. Lee, hello. I just want to point out today's event is a no-profit, pay-it-forward event that simply would not have happened if it wasn't for Lee Sorensen and Tourism Australia. I just want to make that very, very clear today. We would not be here in this room without the support of our friends at Tourism Australia. And I know I've known Lee for a very long time now, and he is one of your greatest supporters and greatest believers. He believes in you, and he's... No, I know, but you're so passionate. Okay, but Lee's so passionate, one of the most passionate industry people I know, and that's the real deal. So I'm sorry about that, so I'm sorry to embarrass you. The other thing I would like to do is thank all the other people who have been very generous with their time. Julia has come forward today to help us out because she's passionate about travel. We have Matt from Carry On, another bald head in the room. Yep, there we go. So thank you, Matt, for promoting this event today. I have to tell some of you, I copped it pretty hard from some of his competitors, which is really disappointing, but Matt has supported you all. So make sure you all support Carry On in the future. He's just awesome, and he believes in you all as well. We have our fabulous photographer Evie here, who is also donating a fair whack of her time for photos. So I'll send out some pictures to you all later on. And she's put her cards on the tables. She's a brilliant travel photographer. She's worked with a few of us. Yep, Carolyn's showing the card. And they're really awesome cards. They're all different. They're amazing. So thank you for that. And Bonica, who will be here a little bit later on as well, the media magnifier. So she's going to have some really interesting things to help us get our messages out there in travel media or just mainstream media that's completely obsessed with the travel recovery. So that's going to be really good. Now, I just want to point out to everybody in the room, I am not a Trump supporter by any means. We had these hats printed last week for a bit of fun. They all say, "Make travel great again." But it's kind of not really funny over there now because it's they're bordering on something very serious, and I guess we all have to have a moment and think about our friends, our travel and tourism friends over there in America, and just because we're all good friends. I know Carol and I have spent a lot of time over there with the Travel and Tourism International Research Association. Yes, we are nerds. So that's what it's all about. Think of our friends over there. It's a big thing to be here today, guys. You are all here. You made it. You've made your time available to come here. Many of us don't work Fridays, you're here. Many of us are on JobKeeper. Many of us are working reduced and part-time hours. We all have our own COVID-19 story. I'm with you, I'm on JobKeeper, hence the Pay It Forward event today. But I'll tell you my story, because then we might feel free to talk about our own individual stories. Now, my husband Chris is at the back of the room with us today, because back in December, my business was doing so well. I know most of you in the room, and we market to, we do market research into the over 55s travel market, and I sell a report normally. Because you were all doing so well, I was doing really well. We were really hammering it sort of this time last year. So I love what I do, and I said to Chris, just quit work. That was December. He loves being a stay-at-home dad. He's king of the kids. He's got 3 teenage daughters. He's just like in our Tarago, carting them around everywhere. Business was booming, and then look what happened. We're all in this together. It's so, so true. Because you guys aren't booming, I'm not booming. It just completely stopped. The tap turned off in March. So, it's my story. I know a lot of people in this room has a very similar story. Now, lucky for us, Chris is in the public service. His job is there for him. A lot of people aren't in that situation. So today is about arming you with what you need to move forward. So today's presenters, I've asked to present their research, their insight, and give us everything they know. So today is all about planning for the next 6 months, having the tools and the insights to perhaps generate some business, generate new customers you never would have thought of before, go from perhaps Chinese inbound travellers to baby boomer travellers, Australian baby boomer travellers. So today is all about giving you tools and research and insight to develop the next 6 months, because nothing at this point in time for any of us should be left to chance. There's a lot of very strong opinions out there, often dangerous opinions about what's happening in this industry. Please just always look at the facts and the research, and you will be absolutely fine. Because let me tell you right now, our travellers during all this time have been spending hours and hours on the internet researching their travel. And we know with some destinations, travel is booming within Australia, but they are ready to travel at the drop of a hat. They really are. They're there for you. So hopefully you'll get to make some good business decisions today. Hopefully you'll have some light bulb moments. I had a light bulb moment, and Carolyn's heard this story many times before, when I made it to the Qantas research department. So I started straight from university, went to Qantas, and as you heard, was Qantas Reservations. I've done my hard yards. After about 10, 12 years in the various different sales roles at Qantas, I landed in the research department. I knew absolutely nothing about research or what it was or what I was about to enter. But I remember in that first week reading reports after report, which, nerd, I remember thinking, imagine if I had have known all of this stuff before, when I was doing my job before, when I was in group sales, when I was a corporate sales manager, or when I was, any type of job. Imagine if I had this information, I could have done so much better. I could have done my job so much better. I could have made more sales for Qantas. That's the power of market research. So if you take one thing away from today that you can move with in the future, I will be really, really happy I've done my job. Now, today, we have wonderful presenters who are presenting fresh research. I think Jess from TripAdvisor, her research is so hot, it's from last week. But the highlight will be our focus groups. Now, working with a live focus group for us is a bit of an experiment, so let's all be in this together. It's not something that we do very often. It could be like working with children and animals. You just don't know what's going to happen. So that's going to make it fun. Think about your questions. Some of you have emailed me some terrific questions so far. You can ask at the time. Now with COVID, we can't do our microphone hand around. So I'm going to encourage you to either put your hand up or yell out, do whatever you need to do to get your question answered. You can prepare them. We're going to have some time at the beginning of the groups to write them down. Or you can just simply, be inspired at the time, which will happen. If you want us to probe anything, or if you want to sort of continue to probe an idea that comes, feel free to do that. It's, we're all amongst friends here, so whatever you want to do is absolutely fine. You're going to pick up on different themes, pick up on different bits and bobs. It'll be different for all of you. One person will pick up something really amazing and fundamental, and it might be different for the next person. And that's the beauty of hearing the customer voice live, direct from the customer. And you've always got to remember that. The customer needs to be at the centre of everything you do from here on in. And I think that's basically it. I wanted to announce everyone in this room today. Now, one of the things I had done at the start of COVID was a brand new research into how the over 55 travellers are deciding how to travel, where to go. I'm going to give you, everybody in this room, my technology and social media usage report. You're getting that for absolutely nothing. My report I used to sell for $5,000 a pop, but I just don't feel right sitting on all of this information and doing nothing with it. So you're all getting this today. I'll email it to everybody. Use it, use me, and to me right now, this is one of your greatest opportunities because baby boomers are spending, we had a third of them in our last research report, spending 4 hours plus a day on the internet. And a lot of them are researching travel and retail. So they're ready to buy and they're cashed up. And that's it from me. Thank you.